Hello viewers, welcome to this presentation by Safarisoft Regtech Services. We want to help you to identify the types of taxes that are due from SMEs to KRA. This presentation will take a few minutes. We will not go into detail, we'll just give you a summary, but if you require the details, you can go to the comment section and download the free tax summary for SMEs that is on the Google Drive. Now, the content of this presentation will be defining what SMEs are, the taxes applicable, the record keeping that is required, and the reconciliations. This will be the SMEs. This deals with taxes of SMEs which have an annual income of 5 million per year or less in Kenya. Now, what are MSMEs? MSMEs are the micro and small medium enterprises that are categorized into the following: micro 1 to 9 employees, small 10 to 49 employees, medium 50 to 99 employees. This presentation will use the term SME to represent all these, the MSME. The Kenya National Bureau of Statistics defined SMEs as MSMEs. They've added an M in the presentation. Now, these are the taxes that are required to be withheld and paid to Kenya Revenue Authority and other regulatory bodies. We have the VAT, we have the payee, the presumptive tax, the withholding tax, the NSSF and NHIF, the NITA, which is the industrial training levy, and the income tax for the owners of the SMEs. Now, this presentation will just look at briefly on each one of them. But if you require the detail, you can go to the comment section and print the same. The download is free of charge. Now, the next table will show the SME, the types of taxes that are required to be withheld and paid by SMEs to KRA. Their rates, the time frames, the penalties due if not complied with. The taxes apply to those SMEs where the owner is using his personal KRA PIN for the business and receiving income from the SME, i.e. the KRA PIN starting with A00, but running a business whose annual income is less than 5 million. This means you are running your business with your personal PIN. Now, the first one is VAT. VAT is actually the value added tax, which is charged on supply of taxable goods or services provided in Kenya. I will not go into the details of person to pay and the deadlines, but I'll just talk about the penalties, yeah? The penalties is either 10,000 if you don't file or pay, or 5% of the tax due, and there's a 2% compounding per month. The penalty for late payment is 5% of the tax due. I will not go into details. You just have time to read in the comment section once you print the download. The next one is the payee, pay as you earn. This is the amount that is deducted from your employee's salary and paid to KRA. Any amount that is more than 13,490 must be deducted tax and paid to KRA. And a monthly return done in the KRA system. So the penalty is 25% of the tax due for not filing, or for late payment 5%. Again, this is in the presentation that we have shared with you in the download section of the comments. We also have the presumptive tax. This is just the license permit. Yeah, the permit there, municipal permit. You know, the permit, there's a withholding tax. There's a presumptive tax of 15%. That once you pay that license, the municipal county will pay to KRA, and there's normally a penalty of 5% that will be levied if you don't pay on time. We have the withholding tax. This is for services like for an SME. This will be for audit services. Yeah, when you give your books to an auditor and you pay him a fee, you have to withhold 5% of that fee and pay to KRA. The penalties again is 5% of the tax payable. You have the NSSF. This is 200 shillings for each, from employer and employee. This one has to be paid to NSSF, not KRA. The penalty again is 5% of the contribution per month. You have NHIF. This is the hospital insurance fund. This is very important because you never know when you'll get sick. So make an attempt of paying this. The minimum rate is 600 shillings. Someone told me it has been reviewed to 500 shillings, but the last time I checked it was 600 shillings per month. The penalty, the normally monthly penalty for not paying on time, which is 250 shillings. Then you have the National Industrial Training Levy contribution. This is just 50 shillings per employee per month. This is paid to the, it's a levy for training purposes that is normally paid to the government. The penalty again is 5% of the due. Then the income tax. Now, for an SME which is earning less than 5 million per year, the owners of the business, yeah, let's say you are a partner or a sole proprietor, will declare the profits. Then that profit is his income. Then from that his income now he'll have to deduct 30% to pay to KRA. I hope you get me, yeah. You are operating your business, you do your books, then there's a KRA, then there's an income that you say, okay, this year I've gotten, let's say 4 million. Then from that 4 million you take 30% of that and pay to KRA. If you don't pay to KRA, again, the penalties are punitive. This also is covered in the download that you will get in the comment section. Now, records required to be kept for future tax audit purposes. These are very important, yeah. The first one is an NTR machine. That's not a record. That's just a machine that is used to record the taxes that you've withheld from all payments that you've made or received. From all the payments you've received for your services, sorry. The electronic tax register is very important, yeah. And if you are not having it, please try to talk to KRA so that you have it, so that when it comes to reconciliation of your books, it will be easier. Then you have the record keeping of copies of invoices and receipts and annual reports in either soft or hard copies. This is also very important. Bank statements, keep them. Invoices, purchase, received, delivery notes, all those, keep them, yeah. They are very important. The penalties, as you can see there, they're normally 10% or 100,000. It's 100,000 or 10% of the amount payable. Then also we have tax records required to be maintained for 5 years. These records are sales records. These are the invoices we mentioned, the delivery notes, ETR records, stock records, sales ledger. Anything that has a receipt or has a document must be kept. The purchase records, the payment details also, the bank account statements, cash deposit receipts, and M-Pesa statements. Keep them well. Now, these records can either be kept in both in hard and soft copies. We at Safaricom, we advise both hard and soft copies to be kept because, hard copies, there's so many natural catastrophes that happen, like the floods, the fires. So, but you have if you have soft copies, that can be like a backup for the same. Google has a drive that allows one to store soft copies of up to 15 GB of scanned documents free of charge, as long as one opens a Gmail account with them. This can be accessed anytime, anywhere in the world. For Yahoo, it's even better. Yahoo has a storage limit of 1 terabyte for each user, as long as you open a Yahoo email with them. That should provide around 500,000 to 1 million attachments that can be stored by the user. SMEs can take advantage of these online storage spaces that are free by scanning their documents and be uploading them into these storage spaces that are highly secure from cybercrime. This will help them have an online backup storage facility as required by the regulations. So both hard and soft. Soft, just scan them and use Google Drive and save them. And for information, by the way, we will talk to Google so that they ensure that there's no hacking to their system. I know there are laws that they cannot allow, and I know the way Google operates, hackers cannot hack their system. But we'll just remind them that SMEs are using those drives to store their data there. Then you have monthly SME reconciliation in order of priority. If you have an invoice that was issued in the month, yeah, and the payment received in the cash book, those must be reconciled. You'll say this is the invoice, you invoiced a customer, then what he paid, you record this was paid. So you have a reconciliation of that. Also have a reconciliation of sales book with invoice list breakdowns and actual invoice copies. And there are like 11 of them. I'll not go into the details because they are in the comment section link. If you require any update on them or any clarity, just write to us and we'll respond back to you. But reconciliations are very important. These are the ones even which will make KRA to know that you are keeping your books well and not hiding anything. Refer to the comment section for a link to the detailed PDF summary of this presentation and download for free. Okay, all the preceding facts in this video are for information purposes only. It should not be used as evidence and basis of settlement of any tax grievances before inquiring with the relevant authorities. This is just a disclaimer, just in case someone starts having clashes with the relevant authorities and refer. This should not be held as a reference point, but this is just for learning purposes. So subscribe to our channel, Safarisoft channel, for more financial updates like this. Subscription is free of charge, and also advice is free of charge. We'll be advising you whenever any new requirement comes in. The next presentation, we will come up with the next presentation, and once you subscribe, you'll get a notification of which presentation it is. Thank you and have a good day.